Tonight, minor plane crash at the Carp Airport, but the two people inside walk away without needing much medical attention. How the city is trying to help ease the traffic jam on the Queensway. Plus, Montreal's Bell Centre comes alive for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Good evening. Tonight we begin in Carp, where a plane crashed at the small West End airport on Thomas Argy Road, and we're happy to report the two people inside made it out alive. First responders described the crash as minor and the plane as small. Emergency crews say they rushed to the scene around 6:30 tonight. Paramedics tell CTV News that two people on board the plane were treated at the scene for minor injuries and did not need to be taken to the hospital. The Ottawa police say the airport was temporarily shut down in the immediate aftermath. It appears the aircraft is a 1975 Cessna. The Transportation Safety Board of Canada is now looking into the cause of the collision. Turning now to the mode of transportation most of us use every day and the frustration drivers have had with the Queensway commute. The city has opened up a bus-only on-ramp at Woodruff to all vehicles, but as CTV's Josh Morano reports, it didn't seem to help much today.
Bumper to bumper, stop-and-go traffic heading westbound on Highway 417 between Woodruff Avenue and Pinecrest Road continues to drive Ottawa motorists up the wall.
They're doing this till the end of July. Really, it's tough.
John Sakeley says the gridlock caused by a lane closure for Stage 2 LRT construction has made an already time-sensitive job even more difficult, delivering blood samples to hospitals across the city.
I need to get to those labs, within an hour, some of them within 2 hours. But, for any slowdown, it's really costly.
The city is hoping to offer some relief, opening this bus-only on-ramp off Woodruff Avenue to all vehicles.
So that's a good idea also, for sure. Anything you can do to alleviate the problems caused by construction.
That might help a bit, but I don't think so. You will find out today or next few days that it's going to be just as bad.
But as seen Monday afternoon, it's still a snail's pace.
My residents have been heavily impacted.
Councillor Teresa Kavanagh says she's heard the frustration from residents in her ward and notes the city should look for ways to speed up the construction, which is slated to be completed by July 28th.
We've got to monitor, and if I hear one more time that there's nobody there, that's frustrating. All this, and they don't see any workers. We've got to make sure that the work is happening.
For Sakeley, while he appreciates the city making the effort to open a lane of traffic, it's still not enough.
I know people in Toronto, it's normal for them to, spend 2 hours on the highway, but, for us, it's we're frustrated because we have no other way.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
In a statement late this afternoon, Ottawa's Director of Rail Construction Program apologized for the inconvenience caused by the construction. Richard Holder saying, "We recognize the inconvenience this has caused for commuters in nearby communities who have faced increases in cut-through traffic." We've also learned they plan to increase the work so that construction finishes 3 weeks earlier this summer. You can read more about that on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The current temperature is 14 degrees, and it's time for our first look at the forecast. We are seeing a few cloud coverage tonight, mostly sunny sky tomorrow with a chance of showers on Wednesday. That's what you can expect over the next coming days. Next 24 hours looking like this temperature-wise. 15 degrees around 7 a.m. Around noon, we'll be at 24 degrees. And later in the afternoon, a high of 28 degrees. But you are being warned that it could feel a little warmer than that. In developing news, it's case closed for Ontario's police watchdog when it comes to an investigation into a deadly crash on Bank Street in Ottawa's South End at the beginning of the year. They had been investigating because the driver's body was left at the snowy scene and not discovered until the following day. But the director of the Special Investigations Unit says while he found evidence of misconduct by Ottawa police officers who were there, their failure to locate the body did not contribute to coal miners passing the night of January 23rd. Today, the Special Investigations Unit said the victim's blood alcohol concentration was more than twice the legal limit, and his vehicle was traveling 110 kilometers an hour above the speed limit just before the crash. The SIU said the autopsy revealed the victim would have been dead before the first officers arrived to Bank Street near Morningside Avenue. Even then, SIU Director Joseph Martino is referring the matter to Police Chief Eric Stubbs for an internal investigation. The SIU saying the director identified what appeared to be evidence of misconduct by the officers who initially attended the scene. The SIU mentioned Section 19 of the Police Code of Conduct, which refers to performance of duties. Meisner was a father of two. In January, his fiancée Laura Lee Bailey described him as her own personal superhero and said they had moved from Guelph to Winchester 5 years ago and were planning to get married this fall. The investigation continues into so-called swatting incidents at two Ottawa high schools this morning. Police say officers responded to Earl of March Secondary School and Canterbury High School after they received similar anonymous threatening phone calls. No threat was located at either school. In other news, a food truck owner in Castleman is speaking out after having multiple issues in the months since purchasing the truck last year, from a leaking roof to fire hazards. Risa Daig says the company she bought it from is skirting accountability. CTV's Katie Griffin reports.
It's the lunch rush at Smash and Grab in Castleman.
This is an undertaking that I took on for my daughters to kind of secure their future. And it's a dream come true for all of us because we've always wanted to do this.
But since opening last year, Risa Daig and her daughters have had nothing but issues with their food truck.
There's always growing pains in a new business, right? But it's been one thing after the other, and it's very frustrating.
Daig bought the used truck with an all-new kitchen from Food Truck Canada in April 2025 for $60,000.
This is a problem.
Almost immediately, rain seeped in through the roof. Now the electrical panel. Both deep fryers failing within weeks of picking up the truck.
When I went to their shop to pick up the second fryer, one of their employees told me the fryers that they gave me, there's a history of them being defective, and he didn't know why they were installed in my truck.
The wiring inside of this was not wired properly.
The fire suppression system also unexpectedly going off.
Destroyed our floors, it destroyed our product, everything, and our loss of sales.
The Castleman Fire Department issuing inspection orders, flagging multiple issues needing to be fixed, including no grease drip tray beneath the exhaust system, no certification markings, labels, or listings on grease filters, and a missing Class K fire extinguisher, something the company lists as included.
Sent them an email, and I just said, please do the right thing. And I said, I'm giving you an opportunity to make it right. And they don't answer. They refuse.
When asked for an interview or written response to the allegations, the company first said, sorry, we are not interested. Then in a follow-up wrote, we are the most reviewed food truck manufacturer in Canada with several locations across Canada. We have way more positive reviews than negative ones.
This is the only thing holding on to my propane tanks. The first day that we went driving, I nearly lost my fryer because it wasn't hooked in properly.
Haley Wright's trailer also has problems.
He said that what we paid for is what we get, and told us pretty much to go on our own way and figure it out.
What are we having today?
Back in Castleman,
I think it's great. I wish it was open all year round.
customers like Fred keeping those behind Smash and Grab going.
We don't want to be like, oh, maybe we're going to open this day, maybe not. We want to be here for the community.
Daig says she's speaking out to warn others.
So I didn't do enough of my due diligence because I trusted them. I trusted what they advertised, and I trusted what they said to me. And so that's on me. But it doesn't mean it's okay.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
Mark Sutcliffe wants to keep being mayor and officially threw his name back into the election ring today. The incumbent mayor filed his nomination papers, which kicks off his bid for a second term. This was Mark Sutcliffe walking into the election office today. He then inked his name on paperwork to officially enter the race for the top elected job at City Hall. During his term as mayor, he promised to keep taxes low, raising them to more than 3.9%, no more than 3.9%, opened a police station in the Byward Market, got Lansdowne 2.0 with a new arena passed after a marathon debate, but transit continues to be the biggest challenge.
Everything about the transit file has been extremely challenging, and these are decisions that this term of council inherited. There were a lot of decisions that were made by previous terms of council, and those of us who joined in 2022 have been cleaning that up. It's very frustrating. I deal with it every single day. I spend more time on transit than any other file.
Candidates have until August 27th to register. And so far, there are 3 other candidates registered in the race for mayor: current Kitchissippi Councillor Jeff Leeper, community organizer Neil Saravanamutu, and home builder Alex Lawson. Election day is Monday, October 26th. In the meantime, City Hall also has this on its plate. Ottawa's new Central Library project needs an additional $18.5 million in funding as construction continues to drag on. The new Atasoke Library at LeBreton Flats is a partnership between the Ottawa Public Library and Library and Archives Canada. A report for the Finance Committee says construction is about 85% complete, and the contractor's aiming to have everything done in December. That would be 12 months behind schedule. The city is being asked to pay another $11.5 million for the project, with Library and Archives Canada covering the rest. And money is also the talk in Renfrew today. That's where a strike is leaving many local families without everyday services for their children who live with disabilities. As CTV's Dylan Dyson reports, the group in Renfrew joined thousands of Ontario community and social services workers who walked off the job this morning.
I'm on level 401,070.
Travis Riopel is an excellent Candy Crush player, but his mother Charlene wants him to do more with his day.
He can't fill his day enough. If he's not doing something, what do? You're sleeping or you're playing Candy Crush, right?
That's why the day program at Community Living in Renfrew is so essential for people like Travis living with disabilities.
My community living is under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back.
But on Monday, workers at Community Living Renfrew County South were on strike, demanding better pay after having their wages frozen by Bill 124. The bill was repealed in 2024, but many workers say they are still suffering the consequences.
Fighting for 6.5% retroactive pay due to our wages being frozen at 1% under Bill 124, and also to demand that the Ford government better fund community and social services.
82 community and social service workers in Renfrew hit the picket line, joining 4,500 workers across the province. Local families support the employees, but with day programs and community housing supports halted, those in need of services are being impacted.
Alex is autistic, so he's verbal most of the time. It's very hard to get stuff out of him. But these ladies, they can get it. They work with him.
It's a system that's falling apart, I think. It's just, soon we won't even have it. It's just, then what are we going to do with all these dear people that need help?
The union says it has been in contract negotiations for 2 years. In a statement, the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services said, while collective bargaining is a matter between the employer and the union, we expect every service provider to have strong contingency plans to protect residents and ensure their care is never disrupted. Families in Renfrew are calling on Ontario Premier Doug Ford to invest in their children's support systems.
He came to Renfrew and he shook my hand and he told me on stage at the Armories that he would help me. And he shook my hand and said, I'm a man of my word. Well, Doug Ford, you're not a man of your word.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News, Renfrew.
The countdown officially began today for the CHEO Telethon here on CTV.
3, 2, 1.
The CHEO Telethon kicked off its online campaign today, which will end with the telethon on CTV Ottawa on Saturday, June 6th. You can visit the CHEO Foundation website to meet 6 young patients who access a variety of clinics and care teams at the CHEO campus. And coming up, the City of Montreal hosts a hockey crowd with thunderous energy. More on a nail-biting overtime Game 3 shortly. Plus, getting ready for swimming season.
It's important not to boat or swim or paddleboard or all these things alone.
First responders coming together for a strong seasonal message. Mother Nature buried Ottawa's snow clearing budget in the first 3 months of the year. The Public Works Department ran a $30 million deficit as the city dealt with 48 snow events. Staff say the increased expenses came from higher overtime costs and salt usage. But right now, with the weather warming up, families will be on beaches and pools within weeks. And today, first responders are coming together to urge everyone to do their part to stay safe. Ottawa Fire, Police, Paramedics and Public Health held a news conference at Britannia Beach today, and already this spring, crews have been busy with water rescue calls. Earlier this month, a 2-year-old fell into the Ottawa River and drowned. Last year, Ottawa Fire Services responded to just under 250 water rescue calls.
It's important not to boat or swim or paddleboard or all these things alone. It's also important that we make someone aware that we're going out on the water and what time they could expect us to come back.
We encourage people to think of their life jacket like a seatbelt in a car. Do you think that you would drive down the road with the seatbelt unbuckled, ready to put it on if you were going to get into a collision? You simply wouldn't have time.
Today's event hits close to home for Kara McNulty. Her son Joshua Steinberg died at just 11 years old in September of 2018 after a boating incident on the St. Lawrence River. Now she advocates to change federal rules to mandate life jackets for kids when out on the water. And tomorrow may actually feel like a beach day. Let's have a closer look at that forecast. Our satellite radar picture shows fairly clear skies into the evening, but we do see some clouds rolling into the region overnight. Don't worry, though. Those clouds will not be bringing rain tomorrow. We are expecting quite a bit of sunshine. Right now, though, let's take a look at our overnight lows. 12 degrees here in the capital overnight. Very similar conditions across the region. Cooler in Bancroft at 8 degrees. Kittigan-Zibi and Pembroke sitting at 10 degrees for the overnight low, as is Maniwaki and Petawawa. Gatineau, Kempville slightly warmer at 12, just like Ottawa. Mont Tremblant also sitting at 10. And over in Montreal, where they just enjoyed an F1 race weekend, 14 degrees as many people recover from that. Let's take a look now at tomorrow's daytime highs. 28 degrees here in Ottawa, 27 in Cornwall along the Seaway closer to the St. Lawrence River. 25 degrees in Brockville. Kingston will see a high of 24, as will Trenton. Bancroft will jump up to 27 degrees after an 8-degree overnight low. And we'll see very similar conditions right across the region. In the valley, you might see a bit more cloud coverage with a slight chance of showers, but for the most part, lots of sunshine expected. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. Again, 28 degrees on Tuesday. Enjoy it. We could see some rainfall on Wednesday and slightly cooler temperatures at 24, and then things start to cool off for the rest of the week, but more sunshine on Thursday. But in Montreal, it's still hockey season as the Habs take on the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final tonight.
Pretty big wingspan here for them, but here's
This was the goal that tied things up, and at 2-2, the game was sent into overtime. The arena was jammed with fans waving rags and roaring thunderously with every goal and save. The teams entered Game 3 tied at 1 win each. Hurricanes won this one 3-2. Game 4 is Wednesday night in Montreal.
I think it was from 1996, so it's a 30-year-old ticket.
Coming up, how parking tickets long forgotten in a municipal vault can come back to haunt you. If you get a parking ticket or any kind of traffic ticket, it's good to deal with it right away. If you don't, it could come back to haunt you. CTV's Pat Foran explains.
I don't even remember what I was doing 30 years ago, let alone dealing with tickets.
Jeff Clendenning of the Georgetown area says last month he discovered his driver's license had been suspended. He first thought there may have been fraudulent activity, but he discovered it was due to a parking ticket from the 1990s.
And I think it was from 1996. So it's a 30-year-old ticket. And surprisingly, it was on there, and it's for $32.75.
When he contacted Service Ontario, they had no record of the infraction. Finally, he tracked it down to a parking ticket in Toronto that had been partially paid. But due to the outstanding balance, his license was suspended. He feels he should have got a warning first.
You know, I was shocked that I didn't get in that first letter, hey, you've got this outstanding fee. You've got 15 days to to resolve this issue. Otherwise, we're going to suspend your license.
He paid the parking ticket, but to get his license back, he also had to pay a driver's license reinstatement fee of $281. Something else he felt was unfair.
That could be someone's car payment. That could be someone's, that could be their food.
Ontario's Ministry of Transportation told CTV News unpaid fines do not expire. If a ticket remains unpaid, it can lead to plate denial or a driver's license suspension. To reinstate a suspended license, individuals must pay the outstanding fine and penalties as well as a reinstatement fee. Toronto is actively going after unpaid parking tickets, which could amount to tens of millions of dollars. Glenn Denning says they should use a different process than having driver's licenses suspended.
It certainly has an appearance of using a very, very powerful tool of removing someone's license to collect a very, very old and outstanding fee.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
In other consumer news, Tim Hortons is launching a campaign to hire about 10,000 new workers. The move comes as the number of temporary foreign workers in its restaurants declines. The coffee chain utilized the program during the pandemic, and Timmy's will be opening 80 new restaurants here in Canada in the future.
Wyclef Jean of the Fugees, he loved it so much that he got on it, he produced it, did a verse on it, and I'm super excited about that song coming out.
Coming up, living the FIFA dream, but not on the field, from the recording studio. It's the biggest stage in the world for a singer-songwriter, having your song associated with the FIFA World Cup. CTV's Andrea Case tells us how it's happening for a man right here in our province.
Haitian-born, American-raised Wyclef Jean has been a part of 2 FIFA World Cup songs with 2 different collaborators.
Once we set that goal, you know we gonna score. Here we go.
Now he can add a 3rd to his resume thanks to Canadian folk singer I. The 2 recently collaborated on I's new song, Chosen.
'Cause you're chosen, you live up to the moment. Look into your eyes.
We got a song coming out with Wyclef Jean of the Fugees, one of my favorite artists of all time. We wrote it for the World Cup. I mean, I wrote the song. He loved it so much that he got on it, he produced it, did a verse on it, and I'm super excited about that song coming out.
Yo, listen, young man. I've been coming to Toronto before you was born.
Speaking to Jean on the phone from Brazil, the 2 celebrated the release of the song and Spotify's addition of it to their playlist and their plans to reunite here. I is a lifelong football fan from Brampton, or as he calls it, Canada's Soccer City. Now the married father of 5 has sons of his own playing the beautiful game. The 2-time Juno nominee wrote Chosen not knowing it would not only catch the attention of the 3-time Grammy winner, and now it has been added to the lineup at Toronto's FIFA Fan Festival.
I used to coach soccer with my kids. I played soccer for a long time with some incredible players. Some of them played on the Canadian national team. And I wanted to write an anthem for the World Cup, something that inspired me, that inspired my children. And it's just a song, it's an inspirational song about being chosen, choosing yourself. Whatever goes against you, you just keep going, fighting through it. You are chosen, right?
It's been an emotional journey for I, and now Wyclef Jean will be coming to Toronto, and together they will perform Chosen at Toronto's Fan Fest on June 11th. And other plans for the song are in the works. Andrea Case, CTV News.
When we return, details of a big online lotto payout. Here's another live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is 14 degrees out there currently. And now with the final check on weather, let's take a look at your wake-up weather forecast. 15 degrees when you wake up tomorrow after coming off of that 14 or 12 degree low we'll see overnight. Clear skies, lots of sunshine tomorrow. Brace yourself for a daytime high of 28 degrees under sunny sky. Finally for us tonight, if you live in Gatineau and pay Lotto Quebec, today's big payout went to a Montreal man. Sean Batten was given a check for $12.5 million today. He's an entrepreneur and he plays the lotto online. So far, Batten says he has no plans to stop working, but he might buy himself a nice camera and maybe a cottage. Some modest plans indeed so far. That is CTV News for this Monday, May 25th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. You can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app anytime. And for News on the Go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a wonderful night.